How's it going, everybody? I have a new micro RC car for review. This is the ECX Roost 124 scale, and you can see it there in the box. Let's check it out here on the back. So we have a durable nylon chassis. That means we have a plastic chassis ready to run in the box, four-wheel drive, 220 milliamp nickel metal hydride. I think that's the same battery probably that's on the 124 scale Torment crawler that I reviewed a little while ago. 2.4 gigahertz and a USB charger. So hey, let's check this thing out, get it out of the box, and then we'll go drive it, of course. Well, check this thing out, guys. This is actually a pretty cool looking little four-wheel drive car, and of course it is all plastic, independent suspension front to rear plastic, but you do have metal drive shafts. And of course the shocks are not oil filled, they're just plastic and springs. So you can see pretty flexible. It's going to bottom out very easily. But we'll see how it drives. Definitely a pretty cool looking little car. Battery compartment on the bottom there, on off switch. QC passed by number 1, so that's a good deal. Take a look at the battery, there it is. 220 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery. You could probably put a LiPo in there, but the ESC may not have a LiPo cutoff, so just be aware of that. Let's take a look at the radio. I think it's basically the same radio as the crawler that I reviewed a while ago. And they give you 4 AA batteries, which is a nice touch. You have steering trim, throttle trim, steering rate, throttle rate, so basically everything you need, everything you might want for driving this thing. So pretty cool little ready-to-run package. I'm going to drive it inside and outside and give it a good test, and we'll see how it does. Alright, let's go to some driving video, and before I start talking about the driving, I just want to mention the charge time for the battery is around 45 minutes or so, and you'll get about 5 to 7 minutes of fast driving. Well, this little car has decent speed for a small ready to run, and it tracks very well. It's of course not a rocket, but it's not a disappointment either. To get the most speed out of it, I set the throttle rate at 10 and trim the throttle for the fastest response. The four-wheel drive and tires won't let you slide out of control even on the smooth floor inside. The car holds its lines well and stays on course. If you're running long straights and wide turns, turn down the steering rate and it will track straight and corner well without over control. This is where having the steering rate is very helpful. The steering is easy to trim to center, but it will wander a bit after some running. Overall, it's a stable, easy driving car with good control and response. Well, you know with a small car like this, the off-road capability will be limited. Nothing more than the fact that it doesn't have the size to drive over much in the way of rocks and debris. Still, it can handle a bit of off-roading, and I bashed it around a bit without breaking anything. I did find this little sand pit at the playground, and it was just too tempting to pass up, even though I kind of knew better. The car was able to drive around in the sand pretty well, but it didn't take long for the sand to bog it down and get inside the body. Sand in the pinion and spur gear bound the car up, and the wheels basically just stopped. The car is very easy and quick to take apart, and after checking the wheels, diffs, and axles for debris, and then cleaning all the sand out of the body and the gears, it was running smooth again. A nice little puddle of sand was found in the recess below the spur gear. So even though it's really tempting, I wouldn't recommend sand driving unless you want to be cleaning it up. I haven't tried sealing off the body any better. All the spare parts are available from Horizon and in stock at this time, so if you do break a suspension arm and your dog bone goes flying off into the bushes, you're not out of luck and looking at a dead car or replacing the entire thing. You can get the needed parts and easily get it running again. Well, I really didn't have any huge expectations for this car after reviewing the ECX 124 scale Torment crawler, but this is a different car and it was nice to find it capable and fun. Just lower your expectations for off-roading given the size, and probably stay out of the sand. I'm thinking this would make a nice little FPV car for running around the shop, so maybe I'll do that next. Anyway guys, that's the review. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you next time.